Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you all are fine today. I'm going to share with you a truly incredible story, a conversion story of a person who I met online. And he told me his story. I was absolutely amazed. His name, Victor Garrod. And Victor Garrod was an old man already when I met him. Victor told me that his conversion is known like any other. It's absolutely unique. And so I said, okay, Victor, tell me, what is your story about? So this is an absolute true story, brothers and sisters. Do not think that this is a fictional story made up just to have people listening and watching, just to entertain people. No, it is a true story. It is exactly the way Victor told it to me, and I'm going to give it to you because Victor wanted me to share this. So this is a true story, and Victor told me that he was a British man, a man from United Kingdom, an Englishman, and Victor was already very old when I met him, so his story starts actually when he was 14 years old. He was living in the city in United Kingdom, which was the second most bombed city by the Germans in the Second World War. So he was in the city every day, bombing. It's like incredible. I cannot even imagine how that must be. And one of those days, and Victor had never ever prayed before, one of those days his own mother said, "Victor, my son, why don't you go up and pray to God, to the Father, or to Jesus," they are Christians of course, "and ask him, pray for us, pray for your family." So Victor accepted it. At the tender age of 14, he was going to do his very first prayer, which he had never done before. He told me, I'd never prayed before. My mom, my father, nobody ever asked me to pray. So I never did that. This was a very first time for me. He went up and he made a prayer. He asked God to protect his family, to protect the whole, maybe neighborhood, the whole country. So he made a prayer, but at the end of the prayer, he added something which was unexpected, and he said, and oh, by the way, God, if you truly exist, show yourself to me, expose yourself to me. That was at the age of 14. The war ended. Victor forgot about this prayer. He never thought about it anymore. The war ended. Victor went on to go to school, to university. He became a theologian, Christian theologian, and during that time he got interest to convert the world into Christianity. So he became a missionary, and as a missionary he went to Japan. That was 1954. And from 1954 to 1961, he was in Kobe in Japan as a missionary to convert the whole island, the whole people of Japan to Christianity. That was his desire and his wish. Now, he did what he had to do. He was talking about Christianity and so on. When 1961 came and he had to leave, he came back to United Kingdom, lived a few years there, but then he one day decided he don't want to live in United Kingdom, in Europe anymore. He wants to live in USA. So he immigrated to the USA and began to live in Florida. But during all this time, after his missionary, maybe even then when he was in Japan, till now in Florida, he realized one thing. He actually never lost faith in God. But in the course of his life, he became an agnostic who questioned everything. And that's how he ended up writing 2 books. One of them is The Demise of Christianity. And the second one is, Did God Screw Up? So you can see that he had lost his faith in Christianity. And he's saying in one of my books, I had given ample proof and even invoked scientific arguments that the God of Christianity simply did not exist. It was based on pure fantasy. And so this is how he went on. Then he wrote a second book, as we said already, Did God Screw Up? Both of these books can be found on Amazon, and you can actually buy it and read what Victor wrote. So Victor is having his books, and when I met him the first time, he was working on a third book, okay, which would tell about his conversion story, or let's say his entire life story, with the peak in the story of, when I say peak, I mean the climax of it is the conversion. Now, he lost his faith in religion or organized religion. He only believes in God somehow, but nothing more. And he's not even keeping himself busy anymore to think, to ponder about God. It's all like in the past. He is busy with his life in Florida. He has a wife. He is happy. And one of those days, he decided to buy a Qur'an. He had never talked to a Muslim in a way that they would try to explain to him. He would never go to any Muslim to ask, what is that, what you guys believe? So he is actually, in a way, a virgin in regards of Islam and what Islam is teaching. So he does not know what Islam is about. However, he bought the Qur'an with the intention, maybe when I find the time, I'm going to look into it. Let's see what they are saying, what this book is talking about. Because at the end of the day, it's a famous book. It is well known to all mankind. Everybody has heard of the Qur'an, right? So he bought this, and what he did is he put it on a shelf. That's it. He never touched it, never opened it once, never read it. A full year should pass after that. And it was a nice day. And Victor was sitting in his computer room, which was in the basement of his house in Florida. On his mind, nothing but the problem he has with his computer. He didn't think of God. He didn't ponder about it. He had left all of this in the past. And the Qur'an, standing or sitting on the shelf, resting there for a year, never ever touched it once. While he was working on his computer, something happened. Something of such a magnitude, of absolutely extraordinary. He heard a voice talking inside of his body, of his soul, not an audible voice. He didn't hear it with his ears. I must make this very clear. He heard it inside of him, but it was more powerful, more mightier than anything he had heard with his ears, clearer, purer, and shaking him to his core. The voice said, in English, in clear, beautiful English, it said, I am Allah. It didn't say, I am God, I am Jehovah or whatever. It said, I am, tilde in English, and then the word, the name, Allah in pure, clear Arabic. I am Allah. Victor says, the moment when he heard this voice, so majestic, so powerful, shaking him to his core, he was sitting on the chair, but he fell down, he slid down and fell on his knees. Now Victor is on his knees, his eyes filled with tears. And Victor had to correct me in that moment. He said, I'm not sobbing, okay? I was not sobbing. I had tears in my eyes, this is true. But it was not like crying and sobbing, but I had tears in my eyes. So he has tears in his eyes. And in that very moment, the video in his mind, the head movie, was scrolling back, playing back to the time when he was 14, on the 10th age of 14, praying to God. And God, if you truly exist, show yourself to me. Expose yourself. Reveal yourself to me. That is what he is seeing. And he knows God has waited 71 years. Even so, Victor himself had totally forgotten. Totally forgotten. Never once thought about this ever again. But now, after 71 years, and brothers and sisters, most people don't live 71 years. They are long gone, rotten in their graves. Victor is still alive, and Allah has waited that time for him. Allah never forgot or ignored the prayer. The cry he had made from his room at the age of 14, Allah, if you truly exist, oh my God, show yourself to me. And now God is responding. Allah is responding while he himself is 85 years old at that time. 14 years plus 71 is 85. And Allah has waited 71 years for Victor to fall on his knees and to weep and to hear the truth of who God is. And Victor is saying, there, on the spot, on my knees, I took the Shahada, I embraced Islam. And I said, Victor, what do you mean you took the Shahada? I understand you believed instantly that this is the truth, because you're hearing this voice talking to you, I am Allah. I totally understand this, but you said you took the Shahada. What do you mean by that? He said, yes, I took the Shahada. I said, are you telling me that you said the Shahada in Arabic? He said, yes. I said, but how did you know? You told me you never knew anything about Arabic. You never really looked into Islam at all. So how do you know what you have to say, and then not alone what you have to do to become a Muslim, but that you even know the formula in Arabic? He said, I just knew it. It was given into his heart, into his mind directly when the voice said, I am Allah. It was given into him. He already knew what he has to do, and his tongue just uttered the words, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. I bear witness there is no God but Allah. And I want you all, brothers and sisters who are listening right now, repeat the words with Victor together. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. I bear witness there is no God but Allah alone. And I bear witness that Muhammad is the slave and the messenger of Allah. This is what Victor said. He embraced Islam, and his Iman was so solid, so powerful, that nothing could ever shake it, make it fall or drop or become smaller. It was always on the rise, getting better, stronger. The more days passed, and Victor was 91 years old when I and him talked. That means he had converted to Islam 6 years ago. And the most beautiful thing is nobody came to him to talk. You know, all these dawah guys, we need to convince somebody. I need to have the best arguments. I need to know this and that. And then when we cannot convince, we get upset. We might even get upset at the person. He's not listening. Is he even worse to hear the truth? We need to make a break there. Stop and listen to the story of Victor. If Allah wants to guide, you are not needed. Allah does not need anyone, not even a prophet. Allah can guide, direct. And did he not say, and does he not say in the Qur'an, Allah guides whomever he wills? Victor is a manifestation of that ayat in the Qur'an. Victor has been completely guided by Allah without any doubt anymore. He didn't have any doubts the rest of his life. I have not met Victor for a long time. I certainly believe he passed away. So to all of you, my brothers, I want you to read a Fatiha to his soul, so that he receives it, and in his grave where he is, he will have, inshallah, relief, but I personally don't believe that he has any problems. At 85, all the desires are gone, and Allah guides you and teaches you directly without any intermediary. This is almost a guarantee for a beautiful ending and a eternity in paradise, close to the Prophet ﷺ. But nonetheless, read a Fatiha first to the Prophet ﷺ, his family, his companions, and to all the prophets in between Adam ﷺ, including Adam ﷺ and the Prophet ﷺ, and all those who were close to Allah, all those who Allah loves and considers them as his friends, like Ibrahim ﷺ, an intimate friend, but we have also friends who were not prophets. And therefore, make a Fatiha and then give it to all the prophets, give it to the family of the Prophet ﷺ, give it to the companions, give it to all the saints. That we don't believe in saints, by the way, but in the friends of God. Give it to them, give it to your own family, but then give it to Victor. That's my request, and may Allah make him rest in peace and have a beautiful, beautiful place in his tomb in Barzakh and also in paradise. May Allah give him the most beautiful place, and all of us join him and the Prophet ﷺ in this beautiful place. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh, please like this video, comment it, tell me what you think, what you feel when you hear this story, and share it with other people. They definitely need it. And subscribe to my channel, please. Okay, and tell me, tell all of us if you have heard a story, conversion story, which you want to share. And if you have something you would like me to put online on my channel, you can send me a private message. Tell me about it, and I will tell it, and it will be online so everybody will hear. I will put your name there if you want it, that this story comes from you, so everybody will know that it is from you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.